There is a headline from yesterday's New York Times that I must read to you. Jihadist groups gain in turmoil across Mideast. A challenge to Obama. This is the New York Times. Intensifying sectarian and clan violence has presented new opportunities for jihadist groups across the Middle East and raised concerns among American intelligence and counterterrorism officials that militants aligned with al-Qaeda could establish a base in Syria capable of threatening Israel and Europe. Are you listening to this? The new signs of an energized but fragmented jihadist threat stretching from Mali and Libya in the west to Yemen in the east have complicated the narrative of a weakened al-Qaeda that President Obama offered in May in a landmark speech heralding the end of the war on terrorism. This is probably the most important national security article I've seen in a very long time. It states exactly what I've been trying to warn you, which is that Obama's Arab Spring has been the greatest unmitigated disaster in American foreign policy history. When he knocked out Gaddafi in Libya, for example, you remember that story? Gaddafi was a bad man, but Gaddafi kept the tribes in check. Gaddafi warned the West before they killed him. He said, don't kill me, because if you do, you're going to have the equivalent of Somalia here in Libya. It will be an area that cannot be ruled by anyone. The tribes will take over. Well, they captured him, and without a trial, as with Saddam Hussein, our great fearless leaders giggled and said, we came, we saw, he died. And they laughed at him after he was dead. They killed him. They killed him like a mafia kills people. They killed a world leader right in front of plain sight. And what has resulted is not a better Libya, but a more unstable Libya. The same thing happened in Egypt. But thank God the Egyptian people threw out our stooge. Our stooge, Morsi, was put in there along with the Muslim Brotherhood. They threw the stooge out. And John McCain, who, by the way, should go to prison for what he did, when he and Lindsey Graham went over there to try to tell the Egyptian people, oh, no, you should keep Morsi. You have no right to put the military back and gain some freedoms back. You should keep our stooge. Do you realize what McCain did when he did that? Do you have any idea what he was saying? Well, this shows you that Obama's Middle East policies, the Arab Spring, which I termed an Arab winter shortly after it began because I saw it all, has been the greatest threat to your future national security you could ever imagine.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage.